Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? I pay my money to the welfare line. I see you standing in it every time. Why can't we be friends? 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 The color of your skin don't matter to me. Ow! As long as we can live in harmony. Why can't we be friends? 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 I kinda like to be the president. Oh, yeah. So I can show you how your money's spent. Why can't we be friends? 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 Sometimes I don't speak right. All right. But yet I know what I'm talking about. Why can't we be friends? 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 I know you're waiting for the CIA. They wouldn't have you in the Mafia. Why can't we be friends? 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 Why can't we be friends?
Oh, you got a mind out. That song is from War. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Oh man, I got a nice show for y'all guys tonight because I'm going to give a comparison to what my brother did with 25 years in the Navy with the same exact job or similar job that Mr. Fantastic had. And my brother did not become a content creator. All right, so let's get down to this footage so that way we can go in order so that way we can understand how this became about. And this L, like once you become a full-time content creator, you don't understand how many L's you're going to have to take. Because the moment you decide that you have no integrity, the moment that you decide that you're going to come to a self-improvement space, you're going to incubate within this self-improvement space for 5 years. You're going to ignore all the F stuff that happens within this space. You're going to make friends behind the scenes with some of the most craziest people within this space. And then you're just going to forget what happens. And then you're going to criticize me like I hate the space. Like, bro, see, again, I'm going to pull this up. And I want you to understand how this works because this isn't hard. This is something that you should get to know very well. It is called the Graham's hierarchy of it's great. You see, when you are a black troll online, you cannot exist above name calling and homonyms, responding to tone. That's the only low level to which you can have a conversation. You see, where I have a conversation comes at contradiction, counter argument, refutation of central point. That's where I operate at. Because when people go to try to talk stuff about me, They go the hardcore Tito route. They go try to make stuff up and they try to argue like a bitch and all this kind of other stuff. It isn't the refutation of what I'm actually saying that's correct. They just make up stuff because they have to make up a straw man that they have to actually fight against rather than fighting against an actual point. Because these L's come about because you don't have any fucking sense. I'm just gonna talk about the L's that I know of. I'm just gonna talk about the L's that I know of. But first, let's go to where this actually started. Let's take that down and let's go here. Stop there. Let's go to it. Because I wanted to make sure this was unprovoked and this was out of nowhere.
Brandon Green, bro. Listen, is it a real boxing gym or is it like some title shit? Get you a real boxing gym, bro. Fighting shape is the best shape in life, bro. I don't think people like that. That shit, it's another level. Another level, man. But you're gonna have to run. The endurance is like another big part of it. You're gonna have to run, man. And I need to go. I'm going to get me like some 3-pound dumbbells so I can shadow box. Get my fucking arm endurance up. So I lined myself up. So I did a thing to like make it where I wanted it before I got lined up. But then of course after you have to go retouch it, right? So me personally, I would do it that way because like I said, certain hairs and certain shit or whatever sort of way they'll look that way, and then just touch it up after the fact. Well, Cree, I'm not slandering it. I'm just saying that's not for boxing shape per se. Title boxing and like those what's the name things, that's for working out. That's for just getting in shape or whatever. It's not really learning how to fight. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So you understand before you step into that ring what type of shape that you are supposed to be in before you actually stepped into that ring. This is what I mean by people know better than what they're actually doing, but they'll go do stupid shit anyway for the clout or whatever. And it was not a good showing, man. That's what started this. What started this between me and Mr. Fantastic is that I went up on Soul Provider's show. This is when I was on one of my rest breaks. And he asked my opinion on the actual fight because I did actually watch it. I didn't pay for it because I don't pay for stupid shit like that. But I don't have anything against people who did pay for it. They paid for it. The people who went to the actual event itself, they paid for it. They paid to see for whatever they paid to see for. I mean, I don't have a big opinion about all that kind of stuff. But when I went on Soul Provider show, and I'm like, hey man, you look stupid going up there. You look crazy going up there. So he understand what fighting shape is, and he understand that he didn't put on a good showing that was fighting shape when he did go up there. Now, for disclosure, my brother used to box for the army, and we was both stationed in Germany at the same time. When I used to go up, Well, I was stationed at Ramstein. He was stationed at BK. I guess that's northwest of Kaiserslautern. When I used to go up there and watch him box, you used to watch personnel who's in some amazing shape. I'm talking about full cock diesel rips. Like my brother wasn't, but like he the same height that I am, 5'10". You used to have people look like Arnold Schwarzenegger step into the ring and get fanned down pretty quickly because they thought that because I lift heavy weights and I look like a monster in this facet, that's going to help me in this facet when I step into the ring. They couldn't be further from the truth. Dudes walked in there with that headgear, and my brother would just be trying to spar with these dudes. These dudes would be swinging wildly trying to knock my brother out. So what my brother used to do is wait till they gas out, and then he would put them hands on. And that's how that works because he was like, look, boxing is a technical art. There's a way that you score, and there's a way that you kick back. It's no different than fencing. It's no different than every other sport. Just because people like knockouts doesn't mean that you go for a knockout every time you step into the ring. You don't see Floyd Mayweather doing no stuff like that. Why? Floyd Mayweather is a smart, technical fighter. He did not go in trying to eat as many punches as he possibly could on some Marvin Hagler, Hitman Hearns type stuff. Why? Because it's smart. It's smart to go do that, right? So in this actual live stream here, which we're not going to play, he made some allegations that we got to talk about. Mr. Fantastic, when you say that I'm a president of the space that I hate, you got to further clarify that in an actual live stream. You have to prove to me or to your audience in general that I hate the space. I don't hate the space. I hate what people like you have done to the space. But trying to make it look like I hate the space when you dudes wanted to get yourself off the market with these blackmail issues and didn't want to solve them, y'all hate the space. Full time YouTubers hated the space. People who wanted to live off these blackmail problems and not solve them hated the space. People who fed directly into men's inability to find happiness within the space hated the actual space. Okay? Y'all came here and y'all did that to our space. And Mr. Fantastic, you got eyes. You got eyes. You can see. You can see you know, when BGS Itmore was trying to get rid of Manosphere 1.0 historically, tried to treat it like there was no space here when he got here. There was just a bunch of dumb idiots who was willing to follow any type of advice as long as they wasn't going to have to get their hands dirty and fixing anything, which wasn't the case. All these people that were still here, Q Soul and Black responded to him. Wackaroda O responded to him. Mike V responded to him. And this went on for like 6 or 8 months. Because, see, you're the type of incubating dude who sit here, see all this bullshit go on, but you play the quiet type, right? Because you care so much about the space that you didn't even have an opinion about it. You want to know why? Because behind the scenes, you with all these dudes. You're with all these dudes. Yes. And just because you jump on panels with Tommy Sotomayor or try to be cool with Anton, jumping up on Fight Club, just really jumping up in places that ain't really got shit to do with the space overall in general. Awesome, I want to get my name out there and I want to build my name type shit. That means you hate the space. You came to a space for self improvement and you wanted to flip our space from self improvement into a comedy club. You did that on purpose. When you got here, you had up to 4.5 and maybe 5 years left on your actual military contract. Similar to my brother. He had 20 years, he had 5 years left on this contract. Let's compare what he did to what you did. You came here, you seen what was going on, you seen that these dudes weren't going to change, you seen all that. You decided that you wanted to be a full time YouTuber rather than fix these problems. You are the one who said that you can't live without P. You said that. So if you can't live without P, it's easy to see how you get up and driving 16 hours to P that ain't there. It's easy to see. It's easy to see how you could be ending up in these circumstances. It's easy to see. But see, Mr. Fantastic is where you're supposed to end up at. There is nothing that you've done thus far that is actually fantastic. Mr. Fantastic is the smartest person in the Marvel Universe. When you call yourself Mr. Fantastic, you got to have some type of gravitas behind that before you use that name. I get it, the 824 thing, the Kobe thing. You're a fan of Kobe. Here's what Kobe wasn't a fan of. Kobe Bryant was not a fan of entertainers, bro. Kobe Bryant was not a fan of people who didn't work hard. Kobe Bryant was not a fan of this type of nonsense in general. In fact, he never had nobody around that acted the way that you acted, but you wear his name, right? But see, that's the problem that we have here. Now, my brother, given he had 5 years before he was getting out, like you was in 15 years, you had 5 years before you got out. What my brother did is he started going to school for cybersecurity. You could have went to school for cyber security or something else behind the scenes back then. You could have. As much time as you spent online, there's no way you could come out being a full-time content creator with 20 years of being in the military. That's a straight up embarrassment. And it's not like you get FU money for actually being in the military when you retire. You don't get FU money. You probably get, I mean, the scale is too public. You could actually look up, according to rank, what you get after 20 years of being in the military. It's not that much money per month. Yes, you get it for the rest of your life, but it's still not that much money a month. This lucrative idea of keeping men in this situation without providing any type of results is crazy to me. You decided that you wanted to be a full-time YouTuber. You don't understand how many L's, like these L's you took publicly. Let's go over some of these L's because when you miss a fantastic, go to these other black spaces. You pretend to be this conservative, but you don't talk that conservative nonsense around here. Oh no, you don't talk that conservative politics around here because I don't even talk to black men in general when it comes to politics because if their only issue is immigration, LGBT, or talking about the economy, I can't talk to you as a human being because I know that you haven't kept up with things that go on. You don't understand the history inside the environment. You're just being loud and complaining just to be complaining. But see, a lot of black people, they're not comfortable with politics. That's how come they stick to these dumbass wedges. And they don't understand that these things are indeed wedge issues. This is what people tell themselves that they go vote for, even though when you look at these ballots, none of this stuff is organized for these actual ballots that you go vote on, right? So that's another thing that goes on. You see, you have to find live streams to keep jumping up on and keep putting your face into because this is what's substance to you. And of course, you're supposed to feel dumb and fucking stupid when I'm talking about the things that I talk about, which are actual men's issues, versus the bullshit that you talk about and how much time you have to spend talking about it and how many live streams you have to jump on, keep trying to perpetuate this issue. At the end of the day, you're supposed to hate somebody like me, bro. The path that you're on, you can't have legitimate dudes talk straight up about men's issues. It goes against everything that you're currently on. Because in order for you to stay who you are, there can't be any realistic answers to these problems. Because a realistic answer to these problems is quite simple. Stop trying to define yourself through the chase of women. Financially get your shit together and get off of the field. There are plenty of cultured individuals, if that's what you wanted, that you can actually move to. I don't go around blaming women for shit. I know that they have an extraordinary amount of power within this environment. I'm trying to got that for the 999 super chat. Real talk here, tell it like it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. And that's what the issue is. You have to pretend like these things are not solvable. And then some compromised guy online. It's a borderline predatory shit. Because that's what it is. It's predatory by nature. Feeding into this game shit is predatory by nature. How can you live up this? I'm gonna blame women for shit. I don't blame women for anything. I blame women for staying in fucked up situations. I blame her for not getting her own fucking money together when she has the option to do that now. I blame women when they don't take advantage of this free college that they get. That's when I blame women because they have the burden of productivity just like men do in this society. And if they don't have the burden of productivity, they better damn sure better pick well, or else they're gonna be like these 24-hour women online complaining about men that they don't fucking qualify for. Just like men complain about women that they don't want, need, nor qualify for either. So let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to Ahmaud Arbery. You know, the guy that was killed in Georgia, where these people put it on tape that they actually killed this dude, even though there was not neighborhood watch, there was nobody's security. Like me, I'm on vacation right now, and whenever I see a new development, I walk around that development because I want to see the cabinets that they putting in houses. Like that's when you really see all the new stuff before it comes out. Before you see why does this house cost so much, you see all of the brand names when they're being put in there, and everybody's out there, not just black people. Most real estate people are out there. Most older people are out there walking through these communities as they're being built. It's a normal thing. It's quite a normal thing. So when these three brothers went out there and put this stuff on tape that they was doing the community a good thing, they didn't stop at just chasing them out of the area. They ended up shooting the guy multiple times. And even though this stuff was on tape, you went around and said that this dude deserved to die. Even after the case was over with, you still said that this dude deserved to die. That's not the case. And it always came up to bringing up his criminal record. And like, dude, those people did not check any of that before they pulled the trigger on this dude. They did that because the dude was a former law enforcement official. He orchestrated a situation that he probably would have been able to get away with under all cases of being an actual law enforcement member. But being an ex law enforcement member, you don't really have those rights like that anymore. And the country has truly changed from just believing police officers to giving their ass the side eye whenever something crazy go on. Now, did you come out after the trial, that trial, and said that that dude didn't deserve to die? No, you didn't. You just swept that shit under the rug like it didn't happen. Yep, traded NBD and like, yeah, you forgot that traded NBD was a Capitol rioter. He was up there at January 6th on camera. You see, you turn a blind eye to that shit too. Why? You just want to be this kind of fucking conservative, which was crazy, right? All right, so let's go to the next L that you took. We're gonna go to George Floyd. Now, before the actual George Floyd verdict, having the actual autopsy report by itself without context, it was okay to think because he had drugs in his system, that's what he died over. That's an okay thing to think before the actual trial itself. And people keep forgetting that when your constitutional rights are violated, it doesn't matter what your past is. What matters is you ain't supposed to be in that specific situation. Your past don't matter. They don't go run your ID and decide to do what they did. When Derek Chauvin had his knee on that dude's neck for that long, even I didn't know you could choke somebody out or kill them just by having your knee on their neck, especially on the back of their neck while they're down. And you're talking about a person who used to be a cop and I didn't know somebody could die over that shit. But I've never seen nobody do it for 9 minutes. They normally just have the knee on their neck or whatever. They put the cuffs on and they put your ass in the back of the car. I've never seen somebody just keep having their knee on their neck for like 10 minutes, especially with everybody telling you that dude's getting up out of here. There was multiple shots of this actual chokeout happening that was shown in the courtroom. You had multiple experts testify in this courtroom. This is the very first time in this courtroom where the cops did not plead the fifth and decided not to want to be a part of the actual case itself. This is the first time where I've seen the training for the police department match up with FBI people who actually testified, matching up with homicide detectives of the same department who said this was murder, that this was clearly against company policy. I've seen a lot of stuff in that specific case that I've seen in no police shooting case. That too. That's the premier point. Once somebody is in your quote unquote custody, everything that happens to them is on you. Now, once the actual pulmonologist did his actual testimony, which actually what sunk the actual case rather than everything else. Once he explained minute by minute how George Floyd actually died, once Derek Chauvin was found guilty, that was the point to where you, Mr. Fantastic, was supposed to drop that shit that you was talking about that he died of drugs in his system. Did he have drugs in his system? Obviously, he had drugs in his system. Is there on the actual toxicology report? That's along with the actual autopsy. But it wasn't the primary reason why he died. And after the verdict was over with, I forget which panel it was, but me and you was on the panel talking about the case, and you said that you looked at the same information that I looked at with this case, and you still said that George Floyd died of a drug overdose. You said that shit out of your mouth. Even after all of that stuff, the only people who kept saying that George Floyd died over what he died over, all those personnel ignored that nearly 10 minutes of tape that showed Derek Chauvin with the foot on the neck. All of those people ignored the pulmonologist's actual explanation of what happened. Everybody ignored it. And there's a lot of people I stopped talking to after that was over with because they didn't understand, like, after the case was over with is when you were supposed to drop that actual framework and point of view. Not Mr. Fantastic. No, he came up on the live stream with me and tried to argue this shit. I mean, I just got so frustrated and upset, I left the fucking live stream because I couldn't fucking believe that even after all of this evidence and proof that he said that he actually looked at, which he clearly didn't look at. Let's keep it real. That happened. Another L that didn't need to be taken. Next, it's the multiple stomp out sessions by Gabe. You know how I feel about Gabe. What's going on, Quiz the Prince? The reason why Gabe trolls the space is simply because he has the outcomes that you guys think that you want, but you refuse to put in the work to actually get it. And yes, Gabe is supposed to follow you from stream to stream and stomping your fucking face off. Because when you're not as accomplished as him, and you try to be this whack ass comedian, dating coach, sympathetic guy for the black male idiot who don't want to get his shit together, who don't want to go learn about the history of the actual country that he's in, who just want to sit around and be entertained 24 hours a day. That's the type of person that you represent. You don't represent realistic people who's out here doing work. Oh no. You want a content creator your way through shit. You have to leverage complete bullshit to try to make weak ass men comfortable. And this is why Gabe is here to troll the actual space. Because the answers are easy. Even Gabe did it. Gabe did the shit that you motherfuckers didn't do. He went out. He specialized in one career field. He went to the top of that actual career field to an actual consultant. He married what seems to be a pretty decent fucking woman. He has some fucking kids. All the shit you motherfucker claim that you want. Somehow he did it and y'all haven't done it. Now, Gabe have said a lot of crazy shit, about Complex's dead wife and all this shit. But also, Mr. Fantastic said the same shit too. Why? Because Mr. Fantastic can't argue from a standpoint of substance. You have to go to low blow immediately because that's what clowns do. They want to leverage collective ignorance for cheap ass fucking laughs. But there ain't some shit that you should be playing with, like people's dead spouses and shit. I don't agree with that shit. I think that shit's crazy. When people have like dead mothers and dead fathers and all that kind of shit, when people try to bring that shit up in an actual conversation because you can't make any type of point to refute actual the person that's on, then you stoop to some bullshit like that, right? Again, you're just a shadow of what actually other people represent as success. And this is what I don't like about these content creators. They want to be seen as actual fucking business people in front of people who actually put time and work into their actual art and career field. You're the infiltrator in our group. Fantastic. There's nothing fantastic about fantastic other than failing at shit people shouldn't be failing at. But at the end of the day, you're the infiltrator in our group, just like the former Big Three was. They did not want to see men get to better outcomes. They wanted to be the voice of most of these stagnant men in society and feed them a level of poison that's going to keep them stuck in the situation that they're in. And yes, you're supposed to feel stupid, dumb, and idiotic. You have to keep putting on this fucking monkey suit every day. You have to feel stupid as fuck at some point that there's a guy who's 17 or 18 years old who could go 3 weeks, get an actual certification, and go get a job while you still online pretending to blame women for shit. It has to make you feel some certain type of way deep down. And this is something else that I never got about these full-time content creators. Because even though Shay was doing this shit when he was trying to criticize me within this actual space, I don't get niggas who actually dress in MAGO activewear. I'm talking about MAGO activewear. I'm talking about a whole child support fucking uniform. I'm talking about matching motherfucking sports attire with matching motherfucking shoes. Letting the bitch know that there ain't gonna be no problem getting unaccountable dick out of them. I love when people dress like that, and then they always try to talk shit about niggas in suits. That's some shit that only happens in black culture. Bro, you don't even see that shit in Latin culture. You don't see somebody dressed in sports attire calling themselves trying to clown motherfuckers who wear suits. Like, I don't understand that shit. I don't understand it. But I don't understand the criticism, but I do understand how that shit feels. I incite black male inferiority in you stupid motherfuckers. Because here's the thing. I ain't gotta blame women for shit. I got black women I can fucking work with. And I got men that I can fucking work with. And guess what? I could be around bullshit, but not in it. You can't tell me that I hate the fucking space. Nigga, you hate the fucking space. Wanna know why? Look at the shit that you're doing. Bro, you got 18-year-old motherfucking sons. And this is the shit you're doing. Your sons have a YouTube daddy under the fucking roof who don't give a fuck about where they leading other people's sons to. But we supposed to think that you give a fuck about the outcome of your very own fucking kids. But this is how you present yourself online to other people. Not that I've done this or need to do it, but what the fuck you think people from your fucking unit would think if they look at some of the stupid shit that you be on online? Fantastic. What do you think these people would think about your 20-year military fucking career if your 20-year military career having you be a Tommy Sotomayor quasi life? What do you think they would think of that shit? This is what I'm saying about purposefully putting yourself in situations that you ain't fucking supposed to be in. Purposefully putting yourself there. So let's go on to like Todd City. Todd City, same thing. Way better than you. Actually have a fucking career field that's very lucrative. This fixing the truck shit is some serious shit. That dude can break off, have his own fucking work truck out there in the metro area where he's at, could probably knock down 1,500 a day quite easily, by the way, just doing tires. Let alone actually owning a shop and actually working on trucks yourself. As long as you're turning them shits around quite easily and quite simply, you're for going to forever be in business, which is what I'm trying to transition into right now. You see, when you look at people with verified and certified fucking career fields, and you have to keep putting on this monkey suit every fucking time and keep trying to leverage collective stupidity for individual fucking benefit, that's some shit you got to do forever. These other people have already moved on, being way better than you. They could turn off YouTube for like a year and come back. You can't do that shit. Every time there's a man complaining about a woman, every time there's some type of celebrity fucking divorce, you have to jump your dumb ass in and give your hot take on the shit and try to connect it to this fake ass red pill bullshit online. That's the career field that you in. Look, those people, individual circumstances fell apart for whatever it fell apart for. I don't even give a fuck. At this point, I'm only worried about my own outcomes and the outcomes of people around me, just so long that it is about having an actual career field first, because I do believe stuck niggas do turn into fuck niggas every single time. Because there ain't no way that you're going to be leveraging all this ignorance with these behind the scenes relationships and this out front blind eye to shit, right? Multiple stomp out sessions by Ty City. Can't even respond in kind to any type of substance. Why? You just hit a rank and talk shit and be on that stupid shit. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these people have stupid shit formatted brains. You have a lot of these smooth brain reptiles around this piece who act like that they're in the middle. Middle of what? Middle of why? You should have already. There is no such thing as, oh, I didn't have a father figure. Not having a father figure doesn't mean that you come online and that you be on stupid shit with the sole purpose of keeping those people stuck in those circumstances. So that way you can get paid off of it. Again, multiple stomp out sessions by Ty City. Didn't recover from any of them shits either. That is before you stepped into the ring with whoever you stepped into the ring with, gas the fuck out. You didn't get knocked out. Gas the fuck out at the end. I'm not gonna lie to you. Boxing is very fucking hard. Incredibly fucking difficult. It's all about fucking conditioning. First. Then you gotta dodge some fucking punches. Then you have to score technically to get through the actual bout itself. That is not easy. That is very specific. Not easy at all. And you just played that he understands the conditioning to be in boxing, and yet he showed up anyway. Then he wanted credit for showing up and looking fucking stupid. You don't get credit from me. Like when the women were like, "Oh my god, that's so nice." Dude, listen, man. Women love when niggas look stupid as fuck for their own benefit, and they don't have to put anything into you making a fool out of yourself. Women love that shit. They always have. I can guarantee you, women would not be laughing if there was two women from the space that got into the ring, had a display that looked like that, where one person was obviously prepared and the other person wasn't. You wouldn't find men walking around here saying, "Oh well, at least you was brave enough to get in the ring." Like, no, 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 no. If that shit didn't happen 5 minutes before, that means that you could have actually planned this shit a lot better, where you could have had an actual showing. Remember, a lot of these idiots think that we have this. Oh, the black man has an image issue. I don't have an image issue at all. People know what I think. People know what I feel. They know why I feel it. Incredibly fucking transparent. That's how come I don't have the problems with these dumb motherfuckers around here that y'all do. Because I straight up would not accept these people into my life, into my personal life. I know what happens when you bring people around money that ain't supposed to be there. The only thing they're gonna try to do is climb up all over you and make themselves looking like a fool at the expense of you because they think, quote unquote, a brother gotta make it. No, a brother doesn't have to make it. I'm sorry. And apparently, a lot of these brothers ain't gonna make it. And that's fine with me. Because at the end of the day, we have more answers now than all the greatest parenting combined, with access to get into career fields. So that way you can work your way into actual other career fields. But these people just ain't gonna do the work. Whose fault is it that you need to listen to 24 hours of political mis and disinformation because you're too stupid to go learn the fucking history and take responsibility for your lack of productivity in your personal life and your lack of responsibility for the area to which you actually live? This is why I don't listen to nor care about people who are stuck in the Chicago, St. Louis, the Kansas Cities, the fucking Philadelphias, the Atlantas. I don't fucking care about those people. You want to know why? Super liberal areas, super high out of this world crime rate. Obviously, you can have a career field and live somewhere else. What they don't do it. You want to know why? They hide behind those instant excuses from those environments. And when it comes time to directly talk about the system of democracy to which you fucking live, most of these people bolt and run from it. They run from the responsibility, but they want other people to go put in the work for them while they do all this political mis and disinformation online. That's what I'm saying. When people start talking about the economy, it's like, motherfucker, what career field that you are in that the president affects what you actually do economic wise? I can see if you're in real estate because they about to do something about these corporations buying up these single family homes and putting these actual price of houses out of the actual reach of the average working class individual. They should do something about that shit. They should have been did something about that shit. Because when you drive around small town America where those people have not actually left their actual community, they still working at grocery stores and all these menial jobs in their community. There ain't no fucking way they can afford that house in that community at this point. They have to live 3 and 4 to a house in order to make the mortgage payment or to pay the rent. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah, there does need to be some government intervention. It does. I'm sorry, it does. So this is how we got here. Most of this work you put in, fantastic, on being here. You put in this work to be here. You got, and these are the L's just I know about. Look, when we was on Sister George's program, and I asked you specifically and clearly, what is your timeline for things that are going to be fixed? And Mr. Fantastic, you said out of your mouth in broad daylight that these things are never going to get fixed. I am part of a lucrative opportunity to make money. That's why I'm here. I'm here to make money. That's why I'm here. That's when I kind of stepped off. That's when I knew what I was dealing with, a fucking lunatic who would come to a situation as we face ourselves in this fucking country. And you want to make money off of this fucking situation? That's when I knew I had to step the fuck off. You said that out of your fucking mouth in broad daylight for everybody to fucking see. No, no. Fantastic said this. I'm not even talking about Obsidian. Fantastic said this shit out of his fucking mouth. He said he was here to make money off of this fucking problem. He said that shit to my face. And he said that I should be trying to be a better leader for him, even though he's on bullshit trying to make money. I got to be a better leader so that way I can overcompensate the foolishness that he's fucking on. So that way I can have a dumb nigga inclusion when it comes to actually fixing shit. He said that shit. He said that shit. And everybody there knew he fucking said that shit. Dude, this is like a year and a half before this shit. This is a year and a half before you, because Mr. Fantastic told me once before that I hate the fucking space. No, I don't hate the space. I hate what you dudes have done to the space. It's the same thing that happens when men build anything, just like hip hop. It changed from conscious rap to gangster shit. Starts off as something nice. Then the grifters come in. All of a sudden, the shit has an actual very, very, very different thing. Why? They're trying to leverage collective foolishness for personal profit. But that's what the problem is. But see, people tend to get shocked and surprised and all this other shit, right? But if that's where you're actually coming from, then how do you get to criticize a guy who's never been on that shit? I, for one, have never been for trying to reinvent the wheel when it comes to these stupid motherfuckers, man. I know these people need to be left behind. I know that because they're going to come in, they're going to come in and ruin everything. They're going to ruin everything on purpose. And if you think I'm lying, this is the actual live stream when I address that issue. So you can't say that this live stream don't fucking exist because it does. It happened nearly a year ago from now, but it did happen. You can think I'm lying. I'm not. That's the actual live stream. Yes. And even after he said that, he went on acting like he didn't say that. That's the live stream. You see, when I talk, I provide proof. I'm not here just ranking on motherfuckers just to be ranking on them. I got proof. It's easy to show proof when you're about substance. When you ain't about substance, that's when you got to make shit up as you go along. Listen to the fucking live stream. When he actually fucking said that, he's here for money. No different than what Obsidian said. No different than what O'Shea kind of jabs you in the side. Can't wait to tell you how much money he's making off you stupid motherfuckers around here. But at the end of the day, this is what you support. You want to know why? Being at the fucking bottom, it's normally where the fuck you at. That's normal to you. Being around dudes who's trying to leverage cheap laughs and actual shit, that's normal to you. What it did tell me with this Black Man Spirit experience is that no matter how much advanced information that you have, you cannot make a person go produce. You cannot make a person take no action. You can't. It's too easy to sit back and be stupid and foolish. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. We try to put the onus on women at this point. There's no real reason to do that. Now, for disclosure, this summer I've been trying out a pilot program that I'm going to expand across the United States. Is taking these kids out of these situations, and there's like maybe like 10 of us in different jobs, and we trade these kids from one city to another. We put them up in a hotel, and we just show them a different form of outlook on life. Like we got like an AVAC person, an actual union electrician. I'm the actual local or over the road truck guy. Depending on where I'm at, I can get work anywhere. And we show these dudes how much money you can make without college. So inside these kids' head, they gotta go to college in order to get to work. That's not true. Blue collar is all about getting to the skill and not having a whole bunch of bullshit education behind you so that way you can get to work. So the excuse of, oh, I ain't got money for college. Motherfucker, no one ever has money for college. No one has money for college. Motherfucker, I grew up in the Mississippi Delta. You think anybody there has money for college? People there don't even have cars to get to the actual worst HCBUs in the actual country. People don't even have cars to get to that shit. Yes, the military became the only way for me to get the fuck out of there. Yes, I could truly admit that. I could fully admit that. Because how my grandparents and my parents survived in the actual Mississippi Delta situation, that shit wasn't an option to me or for me. I wasn't going to be able to get a a union job at Uncle Ben's Rice or Fruit of the Loom or Velasic Pickle or but Anheuser Busch or any of those jobs that used to exist there. How people actually sustained themselves down there. That shit was not open to me as an actual option. Imagine telling this to a dude who's 18 or 19 years old, who over summer don't know what he's worth, don't know what he's worth to, is about to sit here and just languish on the couch. Then boom, he finds out there's a group of men that showed him how to get to the money right now. As soon as they step out of this truck or from all those other situations, they get straight to work. The only thing they got to do is catch the bus within their city to the free workforce training in their own city. I'm talking about your Kansas City, your St. Louis, your Chicago's, your Philadelphia. Yeah, all these high crime areas have extremely great workforce centers that actually pay for you to get to the fucking money to get out of that situation. Do you think these entertainment pro blacks push any of that on these people that they're grifting? You think they do that? Absolutely not. Because they want to live around black problems. They want to survive off of black problems, but they are not here to solve black problems. And they never were. That's what I'm saying. Because if you got to the fucking money, once you got your time equity about you, once you have the time equity to think about things, really risking this shit over a woman that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And I'm telling you, these young ass dudes, they freely see the inventory of women at their age go to the highest bidder. It's called Terrence bidder. They freely see they women of their age going to the highest bidder. What are you gonna do? Like a dude was telling me that this dude was 19. The dude was telling me at 19, his ex girlfriend is now in the hands of some 40-some-year-old dude, and she's in the passenger seat of somebody's Corvette. He was like, how can I compete with that? How can I compete if she could just go do that? Like, when am I supposed to get my chance to be around the same amount of women? I'm like, dude, you ain't supposed to deal with these type of women once you get your shit together. This is what they were doing at the height of their sexual attraction. What you don't do is you don't go get your shit together and you invite this person back in once you have your productivity up. You need a woman as fresh as your actual circumstances. Don't get talked into being stupid that you got to accept these people. That's fucking crazy. You ain't got to accept anything. You're supposed to keep your eyes open into what you're looking at right now. Keep your head down, get your shit together, stop blaming women for shit, understand the actual situation, and just move on. Just like these people used to look at you in these actual circumstances and not give a fuck about your needs. Once you get your shit together, you're not supposed to give a fuck about their needs. You're not supposed to put these people back on later. You're not supposed to have dumb nigga inclusion. You're not supposed to do that. Once you do better, you got to move on to better things, bro. Because too many people go get their shit together and then they bring these rock hard, stupid ass motherfuckers back in their fucking life. Again, these people are obsolete and they deserve to be left behind. The whole point of getting your stuff together was not to celebrate it around people who haven't done the work. Did you not see when that dude showed up in that nice car? All them reptiles stomped him out in the neighborhood that he was supposedly trying to help. Does anybody remember that? I know I remember it. I know I remember it. Yeah, I remember that. But at the end of the day, all this stuff is choice. Radicalized free choice. Just like she has the free choice to be with whoever the fuck she wants to be with no actual complaints, you get to do the same thing. Don't come out here gender warring once you got your shit together. Gender warriors are nothing but parasites. Think about how many pieces of shit have something to say just because there's unhappiness between men and women online. Take a good hard look and think about if you just dealt with other culture people who had different outcomes, how much of this shit you don't have to be a part of. I don't have to go chase down what celebrity divorce happened for work, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's those people life. I don't want any of this shit in my face. I don't want it inside of my household. My fucking girl's not even allowed to look at that shit. Don't ever let me catch you looking at that shit. If you do, instant fucking out of here. Hey, what's going on, Vicky the Kid? And the reason why I did this on Labor Day, or push this back for Labor Day, is to tell you that you got to put in the fucking work, man, to get the outcome. I'm not talking about no fucking entertainment. I'm talking about going out here having actual career field. We don't need more Kevs on stage. We don't need no more of that shit. What we need is men actually being in these productive career fields that have a nearly 100% success rate. Being a full time comedian, that doesn't have a 100% success rate. Being in skilled trades, that is a 100% success rate. No matter how good or bad that you fucking are, at least you're going to be making way more money than bagging groceries or fucking working your ass off doing manual and menial labor. Yeah. These are dumb motherfuckers talking about, oh, oh man, they're taking our housing. They're taking our low class housing. What are we gonna do? No, 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 no. You just can't survive without all these problems. And it's quite obvious that you can't survive with them. You can't survive with all these problems. You're trying to hide within the seams of these problems. These problems are fucking solvable at this point. They are solvable like you wouldn't believe. You wanna know why? You allow different people to come into the country, they get access to this shit and they get straight on the productivity piece. Most of them do, and then they move on. And I suggest we replace these old, ineffectual, lost individuals with people who actually want to come to work and do shit. I am no longer tied to dealing with broken down, ineffectual, stupid ass motherfuckers. I don't want to be a part of that shit. You got to solve your you problem. I'm sorry, I can't see AM1 talk with his at AM1. I'm sorry, I can't see what he's saying. That's been a problem for a while. That is not his fault and it's not mine. He doesn't have me blocked and I don't have him blocked, but I'm not sure why that's happening. There's about 5 or 6 other people that are like that too. But that's where we're at. Okay. You don't have to go out here and put in an immense amount of work being a clown online. You don't have to do that. There are way easier ways to get your ass in the skilled trades now than anything else. We turned black into a caste system. It used to be a caste system when your ass didn't have any choice, when we were all sharecroppers and barely getting into the actual skilled trades because there was real barriers to actually getting into things. But today, today, no. None of that shit's there. We live in King's dream right now. It's all about the content of the character, baby. It's all about the skills and abilities you bring to the table to be leveraged somewhere else. And I'm not talking about foolishness and laugh. Rarely people make it at that. There's not a lot of Seinfelds or any of these comedians. But I can guarantee you, skill trades like being a mechanic and all that kind of shit, you can definitely make it with that. You definitely make it with that. 100% success rate. Because if I'm giving this information to 18 and 19-year-old kids who graduated a year or two later than that they were supposed to, who kept having these problems in their actual community, you take them out on the road, you go let them see shit and experience shit, real shit. It clicks to them. Why am I here gang banging? I'm like, dude, gang banging ain't but like a 15 or $16 an hour job when you out there slinging fucking dope, sitting out there all fucking day getting guaranteed instant fucking consequences. You could do this shit right here. You could still live in the worst area of the United States. You just be the dude who worked from 8 to 5. That's all. All these built-in excuses has been handed down by broken men. Broken men hand down these fucking excuses that the woman is too powerful. Oh, she's so powerful. I can't get my shit together. I can't. I can't keep my dick out of problematic women, bro. That's a you problem. That is all the way a fucking you problem. This is what these men have been doing to attack our actual situation here. They have been handing down this bullshit for a while. A lot of them are. Or else they went from slinging crack to slinging meth to getting some real ass time and they get the fuck out of there. There is no gynocracy, dude. The gynocracy win when you don't have your shit together as a dude and you keep continuing to fuck with women that don't need you. That's some shit you do as a man. You keep that shit going as a man. Stopping your progress so that way the woman can hand over all her fucking gains that she get the government to do for you. That's a you problem. That's a you problem, not a her problem. She ain't supposed to hand over any of her gains to you. She worked every single election cycle for her own power that she don't share with you. And guess what? If I work for that type of power, I wouldn't share with your dumb ass either. Yeah, but you know these people can't work together like that. Nobody's gonna allow you to just pull up in their situation, trying to sell dope in their spot without a fight. Those dudes are never gonna band together. They're all about individual outcomes because they didn't build swing sets and fucking clinics with that money. Those dudes with that dope money put bigger and bigger rims on the car, get louder and louder fucking music to attract people to them to come take their shit. If it ain't the woman, it's the men around them. Yes, the only thing is the amplification device of come take my shit. Come take my shit away from me. Come rob me of my shit. All it is a bitch amplification device. That's all it is. Bro, they never did no real shit with that fucking money. They never got their mama out of fucked up ass circumstances. Maybe their little brother and little sister is doing good because they told them to stay away from that shit. But that's the way it is. Say it again. Say it again. So now the outside the liquor store conversation has turned digital. This is a digital outside the liquor store conversation with low sperm count completion men and these dangerously fucking misguided fucking women. This shit is a choice. You do not have to end up like this. This shit is a choice. And you can choose something else. Black culture has been hijacked by these systemic failure class people and these entertainers. That's how come they can't talk about shit of substance. They can't do it. Yeah, Shango, that's what I'm talking about, man. Fuck that. Bro, listen, I get my lick back forever, which is dodging the actual situation. Dodging the circumstances altogether, that's really getting your lick back forever. You don't have to get up in people's face. You ain't got to explain shit. Once you got outcomes that you don't need to explain, once you got a career field that's not off leveraging the broken black condition, that's where you really can separate. Now, if your ass ain't got no real estate or nothing else where you can't separate, then you have to uphold the same system. But that's also a choice. You ain't got to uphold none of that shit. You don't have to uphold it. I'm telling you, you don't have to uphold it. Like I said, stuck niggas become fuck niggas. When you don't have a choice but to uphold the fucking bullshit, of course you're gonna hate every single thing, every single solution. You're anti-solution. Yep, correct. But if you see your self-esteem as in being around these people and keep pleasing them, and guess what, man? You're gonna forever keep losing. Having baby mama issues right now means you're a fucking loser. Means that you're a fucking clown. You want to leverage your complete future ability to be able to freely move around this country and produce over some woman that you know that is not worth it, that you want to end up complaining about later on. It's your fucking fault. And yes, she's supposed to fuck any dude that steps to her who wants to leverage her broken condition and take your ass to the cleaners for it. She's supposed to do that shit too. Now we're formulating a nonprofit organization that's not part of any other nonprofit organization. Because you have to understand that just like the Black Manosphere itself, you got people who join nonprofit organizations to shut down progress within the area. You have people who deliberately join nonprofit organizations that shut down progress within the area. And we're talking about a lot of these private prison motherfuckers coming to nonprofit organizations because they have a 10-year plan of shutting down your actual shit. Because if you're trying to help kids get out of these situations, then who the fuck is gonna pack their prisons 10 to 15 years from now? That's why you got to have an insular group that doesn't involve no motherfuckers who come in with lots of money and you can't verify where it comes from, or personnel who's from the hood. Fuck them motherfuckers. If you are all that shit, show us without being a part of our group. 'Cause the last thing you're gonna do is infiltrate our group and shut it down from the inside out. That's how the Black Manosphere got shut down from the inside out. Too many of these entertainers and whack motherfuckers came in to a place and shut down the Black Manosphere from the inside out. That's what happened. So when you're talking all this crazy shit about the space, like, bro, listen, this is black culture that you're seeing. You've seen a cycle of black culture within 10 fucking years. Don't tell me that you haven't learned from this shit. You can see you can see the people who is real, the people who is fake, the people who are still trying, and what people are pushing with these so-called numbers. Now, numbers are outcomes of the people who they serving. Those numbers are to serve them and them only. When some motherfuckers talking about numbers and all they do is leverage foolishness, the only thing they're talking about is how they're benefiting off the situation, not how they're trying to get people out the situation themselves. This shit ain't hard. It's incredibly easy. This is why my shit sounds the way that it sounds. This is why my zero tolerance is extra fucking zero tolerance. Why? Because there's better ways to do everything now. People act like they got to eat on poisonous women till a better woman shows up. Bro, you can just go to where the better women's at. But guess what? The better women ain't gonna let you hit for free. The better women is actually gonna require somebody you to actually be around them. Yeah, better women actually require shit. Women ain't shit, they don't require anything. But when you see yourself through the eyes of free and easy pussy, like, dude, I can't fuck with you as a dude, man. It's some straight up clown hoe shit. I can't be around you, bro. I can't fucking be around you. You see yourself through the eyes of a fucking ran through, man. Fuck out of here. She should take your ass to the clinic. Yeah, it's finally stupid in a motherfucker to be here with bitch problems. Finally. And guess what? All these dudes who have bitch problems, you know what they're pushing? They're pushing game. They're pushing all this love language, stupid shit. Look, man, you don't hear the Arabs talking that starter bitch shit. Nope. Intact fucking culture. When I go see my Mennonite friends or my Amish fucking friends, you don't hear them talk that starter bitch shit. Nope. You got to put the work in as an actual culture, as an actual individual. It ain't even about fucking smarts. At the end of the day, dude, you can move around to all this shit. But if you don't want to do that because you think black culture is trying to make it with some certain type of person, man, fuck you. You shouldn't be having no fucking kids. And I can't tell you how overjoyed I am that a lot of these dudes can't impregnate women and leave them stuck. I am overjoyed of how many dudes that don't have to go through that shit. Overjoyed. The people who are here complaining about women should be the dudes who ain't fucking on anything. That should have always been the case. Yeah, everything goes and you have to accept everything. Like some of the worst men that you'll ever see would tell you straight up, oh man, the brothers got to eat. Brothers got to eat. Like, no, no, no. Maybe a brother don't have to eat. If a brother can't produce, maybe he ain't got to eat. Shango, you're right, man. The own power to be able to produce, your own power to stay out of bullshit is all you need. This whole cultural idea that you can have all this illicit sex with no fucking consequences, hey man, that shit's been a lie. It's been a lie. For as long as these dudes been lying about it, and even further. Just like the rhythm method dude with 8 fucking kids. Some shit just don't add up, bro. And that's on them, Shango. And they gotta remove themselves from us. Because it's not about who you save. It's about who you prop the door open for after you are so-called saved. Everybody want to prop their door open for their ain't shit cousin or uncle or friend, and next thing you know, we're dealing with the same issue all over again. If you leave one crumb of this thing intact, it will rebuild itself out of nothing into the same situation that it is now. In my system, everybody can be able to work. Everybody can be able to get paid. Dude, there's so many people on the planet that you could just move on to who's ready to go right now, coming with the cultural shit already. You ain't got to be worried about what's going on in these neighborhoods, bro. You ain't got to be worried about who these women are fucking sleeping with. Dude, you ain't got to worry about none of that shit. If you got your own shit straight, you don't have to worry about any of that. That's why when Mr. Fantastic pushed this blaming the bitch for everything and simultaneously saying that he can't live without pussy, both of those things don't match inside somebody's head, man. You can't do both. You can't say you can't live without pussy and you blame women for everything because your actions is going to show you where the fuck you belong. And again, man, there ain't no need to be sneak dissing, bruh. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, why am I around these damn fools? And how come I can't get my life straight? And how come I did not 5 years ago decide to plan my fucking escape from the military into an actual fucking job? Why is full-time YouTube your fucking job? You can't claim that you wasn't around better leadership, better outcome-based personnel. You can't fucking say that. You was there. You understand this shit from beginning to end a hell of a lot more than other people do. Most people who is in the military understand this shit. That's what it is. That's what it is right there. But they want to live the opposite though, spiritual hope. They want to be compromised. They want to be unprincipled. They want to be undisciplined, but they want to have a result that's based on the opposite of that. Again, everything that I say is true. I don't have to make shit up. I don't have to build a straw man and then argue against that. I can just go off the shit that you say and the shit that you're consistently on. But to you, because you got to survive, we got to let you get away with all types of shit. Like, no, man, no, 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 man. You're responsible for your own outcome. That's what I'm saying. I forgot about that L. The Kendra GL. I forgot all about that L. You's a dude who says he can't live without pussy. When Kendra G asks you, when was the last time you said had sex? The dude said it's been a while. Hold on a second. How do you have all three of these things in the same area? You got a dude who says he can't live without pussy. You got a dude who blame women for everything. Then you got a dude who haven't had sex in a while. How do you have all three of those things go on at the same time? Make it make sense to me. You up there twirling, looking for online internet bitches. What the fuck you think online internet bitches are gonna cause you? It's gonna cause you bad outcomes that you claim you don't want, right? All this shit because you want some inbox verification. See, Mr. Fantastic, I know what the real issue is here. The issue here is you have a self-esteem problem, a truly self-esteem problem that you're trying to cover it up with a whole bunch of YouTube verification and YouTube analytics. You have a real fucking problem. A real problem. So much of a problem that you came out the gate calling yourself fantastic with no fucking accomplishments. Who does that? Motherfucker, being fantastic requires something. Eh, yes, indeed. Hey, that's what I'm saying. It's a cultural decision, Erica. It's a cultural decision. Cultural like a motherfucker. There are a lot of societies that don't even require men to work. That's a lot of cultures that don't require men to work. Women got to go do all the fucking work while the men sit around and not be shit. The first time I met somebody from Guam, I mean, amazing looking woman, putting in all the work. Her husband wasn't shit, couldn't keep a job. I'm like, why the fuck are you with that dude? Like, that's how women, men normally act within the culture. Huh? What? Again, this is a choice. If you did a 23andMe or mapped your own DNA, you'll realize this whole trying to keep shit a very certain way without any type of principle is an incredibly bad fucking idea. Incredibly bad. You're gonna have to move on to better shit. Yeah. Oh, you think just niggas ain't shit? Oh, no, 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 no. This shit is cultural all over the globe. This is why I say you got to pick and choose who you're with, and you can't use race as a limiting valve to who you're actually with. You can't use race as a limiting valve. Your outcomes are your own. Where you put on it, where you put in on it or not, you're responsible for the outcome of this shit. Say it again. If you make it wrong, you choose it wrong, and you experience it wrong, don't be shocked and surprised if you have the wrong outcome, sir or ma'am. Don't be surprised. You mean to tell me that you can't go in Appalachia? You can't go in rural Mississippi and find dudes sitting around the trailer park drinking old Milwaukee and fucking normal Budweiser beer or Bud Light who ain't shit? You really think that it's just black people? You're fucking crazy. You think that when Latinos get over here, they have that bed for a certain period of time, they're working for an actual restaurant, and they give them a certain time to kind of get up on their feet and move the fuck on? You think that that shit, dude? Failure is very fucking specific. Not adhering to standards, very specific. Not having good outcomes, very specific. Name me the group of men that's winning who blame women for shit. That's their responsibility. I'll wait. Where are these men at? Where are these group of well-adjusted men who have better outcomes than anybody else who blame women for the shit that they get into? The most successful gynocracy pusher is an actual person whose greatest achievement is having 300 or 400 lost individuals in his chat donating money to him. That's his greatest achievement. Not his personal life, not the son he's raised, not the daughter he's raised, not his personal fucking income choice when it comes to productivity. This bullshit online is what he has to do to fucking make it. Say it again. And actually, not having shit don't make you not have any sense. Doesn't make you not have principle. Because a lot of these people who steal the most money are people who start off rich. They start off with money already. They start off inheriting shit and still greedy as fuck when they never work for anything. This is an individual level that you chose for yourself, or your lack of ability to live up to the responsibility of it. I have been here for an hour and a half. I have got to go because I am enjoying myself this Labor Day weekend. Because I rarely take any time off, but there's some after treatment problems with this with this newer piece of equipment that I bought, and I got to go there and supervise that because I got to make sure that I don't replace my fleet with a whole bunch of these non-working ass vehicles. So I like to be hands on. I wish everybody a productive rest of the new year and life. I can't hate the space because I'm the embodiment, the heart and soul of it. I don't care who follows. I don't care who listens. I don't care how long you listen. Just get the message and have a better outcome. That's all I ask for. You don't have to tell me that you're doing better. Just know that you're doing better because there's a person who took a stand against this shit. My grandfather took a stand against this shit. My father took a stand against this shit. My mother took a stand against this shit. Guess what? Most of my brothers and sisters ain't shit either. But at least I could take those collections of experiences and give them to you. So hopefully you could take this shit and have a better outcome. I do agree with that. People want to solve their like most comedians have self esteem and self worth issues. That's why they have to leverage themselves for cheap laughs in front of people. That's why they have to keep going over and over again, trying to leverage cheap laughs in front of people. Because if they don't talk and if no one's listening to them, they don't feel like they have any value. That's why they're stuck on the popularity train. That's how come they come into places of substance and turn them into places of popularity. Why? They hate progress and they hate the ability for other people to succeed based off of leveraging those actual things that they refuse to do within their own life. And they can't have it seem so simple that they're just a big ass failure. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for listening. I'm the man tomorrow. Till next week, I will see you guys later.